What's up? We are live. We are live, and it's your favorite wrestling podcast on Color Circuit because it's the only wrestling podcast on Color Circuit. Sit down and pile drive, and if you're here because of a certain Facebook promo, you know that we are talking about international politics and how it affects the world of professional wrestling today.
Yes, sir.
It's a pretty heavy topic.
Yeah, I felt like we should have a spotlight.
Oh, yeah.
On like a really somber voice.
Yeah,
We talk very quietly. Did not offend anybody who we're talking about.
the communists are taking over America.
Oh, okay.
See,
I
that's
mean, like, it's better than what we have right now.
Yeah.
Hey,
Whoa.
I'm just kidding. But like, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, shit's getting real, dude.
Shit's getting real.
Yeah, like
It's starting to affect our harmless little podcast over here.
I know, like really, I don't know, like I was playing this for fun.
Yeah, sit
now
down
we're-
and pile drive, not sit
Yeah.
down and change people's minds and
Yeah,
perspectives.
like,
you
sit
know?
down and vote.
Yikes. Sit down and vote.
Yeah. But anyway, well, let's start off like how we always start
Yeah,
off the show.
our first innocent segment.
Hey, Connor.
Yes, Connor.
Hey, what'd you watch this week?
Oh man, it's been nuts. So I had enough time to watch, obviously, NXT.
Right.
Can't miss it. That is my can't miss.
That's like the default. Like I only got like an hour.
Yeah,
Well, this is only an hour.
exactly. I finished Super Showdown. Pretty
Cool.
good. Pretty good actually. I
good.
enjoyed Super Showdown.
Yeah, it was all right show. That main event, man, though, it was like fucking 5-star classic.
Okay, truth be told,
Oh.
I didn't watch the main event.
Yeah, you didn't need to, dude.
I
It was like an hour long
yeah.
of just two grown men like grabbing each other. It just like
I'm over the Undertaker, and it hurts to say.
Yeah.
It hurts to say that out
Uh-huh.
loud. I'm not over Triple H, but I am over Triple H wrestling
H.
the Undertaker.
Yeah. Triple H, the game.
I'm the game.
The game.
I'm the game.
Triple H.
and I don't know. Seems kind of dumb to bring Shawn Michaels back just to wrestle Kane and fucking Undertaker.
Yeah, and yeah, I know. It's like I want Shawn Michaels to come back for a better reason.
Yeah.
Like, have it like be like AJ Styles is talking about how he's the best. He's the showstopper.
Right.
Like something like that, and he's just like, no, I'm the showstopper, and then he comes out super kick. We get a match.
Or I
That's what
mean,
want.
because they probably want to keep him on Raw. I imagine is the thing. Like have him come. Like, fuck. I'd even rather see him feud with Roman Reigns than.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, come on, that'd be a fun.
No,
match.
because Roman gets all the like good like old men matches.
I got you. I mean, we don't because he's probably gonna face the Rock at WrestleMania.
There's two matches that everybody wants, and I would prefer either or. AJ Styles or Daniel Bryan
or Finn Balor.
Yeah, but there's no like relation.
They
there.
could make.
I know, but
something
like I
up.
feel like with AJ, he's the new Shawn Michaels. Daniel Bryan literally parallels Shawn Michaels. That's the match I want to see.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not excited for his return as much as I
No.
thought I'd be, because then he's just gonna wrestle Undertaker at Survivor Series, and who cares?
Yeah,
You know, like
right. Is it
and
Survivor Series? You think they're gonna?
I
do
think
it?
that's the rumor. Yeah, and then I
seems
think
like
one
a
of the
waste.
saddest parts is those are also the best parts of Monday Night Raw.
Oh yeah, that's
like-
it's super sad. Like they can cut promos because they actually like came up in like this is gonna sound shitty, but I'm not. They came up in a generation of promos
Well, they've
being
been-
like
they've-
numero uno when building a star.
Well, they've been working crowds for 30+ years.
that too, but also like during the like Ruthless to Attitude Era, like you had to be able to cut a promo or you wouldn't stand out.
Right.
You know, like nowadays you can get by being a damn good wrestler and okay on the mic.
Yeah, and
But
I
back
mean,
then,
and
that wouldn't fly.
I think the one of the good things about the Performance Center is it's able to work on some of those weaknesses,
Yeah,
like being on the mic. Like Ricochet's probably going to be a lot better on the mic now
yeah,
than he would have been if he had waited like 10 more years to be.
Right.
And also at the same time, like I think some of those guys benefit kind of opposite of how the new guy, how the old school guys work. I think some of the like AJ Styles has cut better promos in the WWE than he ever did in Impact.
Well, he comes off to me like someone who can read a script,
yeah.
and that's the way. Like some people can't, and some people
Mm-hmm.
can.
like I think Ricochet might have problems reading a script, but like Adam Cole, shit, that's
Yeah, dude,
like
he's just like what? Oh,
I
okay.
was already really good at cutting promos,
Yeah.
and I'm just like Nicole Matthews. I think would benefit from the
Scripted.
Performance Center.
Oh yeah. Well, that ain't happening for at least another
5 years.
5 years.
If there's still in America to unban her.
And yeah, it's like it's Performance Center's cool. I like it. I just don't think they create stars. They just bring in stars, and like it should be a finishing like school.
Velveteen Dream would probably be the first star that.
But even then, he was already trained.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
He was just young.
Well, I'm trying to think of. I mean, Enzo. I guess Enzo would be the only.
But yeah, I was like,
barf.
Do you need any more?
Barf.
Yeah,
Cass.
I was like, you don't need to see
double
any.
barf.
Yeah,
Dana Brooke. She's great.
yeah, but you can see the difference in quality.
Yeah.
It just seems like now that they have the money to do it, it's like they're realizing that just take guys. We don't have to really do much.
Right.
We can bring them in, tell them what we want them to do.
Kevin Owens did all the work.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, dude, totally. Like, well, who cares?
It sucks. He's injured 8 fucking months. God damn.
Is that what they officially said?
Yeah, that's what they
I thought
said.
they said they weren't sure until he got the prognostic.
I think they got it, and it's he's going to be
hear
out.
that.
He could be out 6 to 8 months, but he's probably missing Mania. He's coming back as a babyface, which is interesting.
How do you know that? It's 8 months.
Because the crowd's
Yeah, I know.
it's Kevin fucking Owens. First off, Kevin Owens is already a babyface.
Yeah.
They want him to get cheered, but they can't get him to do it.
Yeah, he'll come back probably around like SummerSlam time,
Mm-hmm.
and Sami Zayn will be back even earlier.
Yeah,
So it could be one of those things where
they'll just turn him heel again.
just leave Sammy like. Well, I don't know. Maybe they'll.
No, I'm over it. I'm over Sami Zayn bad guy.
Oh, I love it, dude. I think it's funny as shit. I just
They-
think they haven't given him anything.
If they bring him back as a bad guy, I have a list of demands for it. One, he's got to stop doing the jumping up and down thing.
Oh, come on.
No, it's
That's fun.
stupid. It's stupid, and I just want to hit him. And I get, well, that's heel heat, brother. No, that's just like, ugh. You know what? The more I think about it, the more I'm like, he's a pretty good heel because I just want to jump over the
I was
barricade and
I'm
hit
like,
him.
isn't that what you want?
Yeah, all right. I've turned around. I've turned around live. I also watched NXT.
Right.
Real good. Oh my
yeah,
god.
that main event, man.
First
it was
off,
fantastic.
I don't know what they're doing with Nikki Cross, but I fucking love it.
I know.
NXT has found a perfect way to weave all of these characters together in this one story while telling other stories as this story is going on, and it's phenomenal. It's compelling. Nikki Cross is great.
Yeah, it seems to me like NXT has become NXT is a wrestling show in like all the points, like with the entertainment part, the wrestling part, and everything like that. WWE main show feels like Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, it's like an event.
Yeah, where they're just like, hey, here's segment 1, here's segment 2, they're all like skits.
No,
a
I
wrestling
gotcha.
match is like a skit. Like nothing relates to each other, nothing's happening. It's just one after another, as opposed to like NXT where everything just flows. And I think that has to do with the fact that it's an hour. They have to take all this stuff, all these stories they're trying to tell, and cram it in an hour. You have to have some crossover.
Right. No, I would agree. I also think having people who are very passionate about the NXT product running it, like Vince McMahon has his hands in so, like, I'm not going to say he's not passionate about his own fucking wrestling promotion, but he's got his hands in so many baskets that it's probably hard to be 100% invested in a weekly script.
Yeah.
When you do NXT, you tape every couple of months, so it's a lot easier to make a product really fucking good.
Vince McMahon feels like he does have his hand in too many things, and it feels like he does have good ideas, but what happens is like he puts his hands in a bad idea, like like it's like a pile of crap.
Yeah.
And then he goes, he's like, oh, my hand's all dirty. Oh, here's a good idea, and he grabs it and he just dirties it up because his hand's already dipped into this crap. So like he'll take it like, bad idea. Roman should be our #1 guy. All right, fine. But that's a crap idea. You got the dirt on your hands. But because of that, you're ruining things that actually worked, like a Braun Strowman or Seth
Daniel
Rollins. Bryan. Well, even Daniel Bryan, it doesn't feel like he's messed up because I don't know how much control he actually has over SmackDown because it seems like he has none.
Well, I just think they have a better vision of what they want.
Yeah.
I mean, Monday. I'm sure it's also fucking hard as hell to write a 3-hour compelling program.
See, that's where I've always been like where Raw should be 2 hours again, not because it's too long or whatever. I just feel like they're trying to extrapolate ideas. If you had like 2 hours, you're like, okay, in this 2 hours we can do this, 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 and then we could save this for next week. But then when you have 3 hours, you're like, fuck, we need to fill that extra hour. Well, this idea that I had that could happen next week, we got to kind of like fast track it so we could do it tonight, because we need to fill that time. And I would be okay if it became like that huge dichotomy between Raw and SmackDown, where like Raw was the variety show, like this is where you bring all the celebs and all the big names and stuff like that, and then SmackDown was like, this is for you
the
guys.
wrestling fans.
This is for you.
Well, I mean, I get your point. I mean, in some ways I agree. Less celebs though. I was there.
I
I was
throwing
there
that
for the
example.
guest host.
Yeah.
I'm good. I don't need that ever again.
No, I you know what I meant. I meant
Yeah.
like part timers. This would be more of like
The fluff.
yeah. This is the get our name out there
Yeah.
show, and then SmackDown would be more of the
meat and potatoes.
anybody who actually cares watches
yeah.
SmackDown.
We have AJ Styles as their champion.
Yeah, like
It's for
Raw's
wrestling
casual.
No, I
SmackDown's
got you.
NXT.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
I mean that. So let's talk a little bit about NXT.
Well, before. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
That fucking main event.
Yep.
Adam Cole, Ricochet, Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Holy shit! What a great match that was.
There was a thing I noticed about this match that, so like I don't know if I told this on the show, but I'm pretty sure I told it to you. I was like, have you noticed how like Pete Dunne is like Zack Sabre Jr. but sloppy?
Yeah, like a really mean spirited.
Yeah, like
Zack
everything.
Sabre Jr.
Like, he's like, oh, I'm gonna catch you in an armbar, but it never looks as crisp as Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah,
I used to like dig into him and be like, dude, you got to get better with that. But now I'm seeing him like I think he's doing it on purpose.
Yeah, he does. He's
Make it seem like he's more brutal.
he's the bruiserweight man.
Bruiserweight.
And I think part of that is like, yeah, nothing he does should look clean.
Right.
It should look painful.
And when that flipped in my head, like I've always been a huge Pete Dunne fan.
Yeah.
Gone back to like 2016,
Mm-hmm.
2015 maybe even, because I did see him at Bola 2016, but I saw him at Progress when he had like the freaking top notch,
Right.
like the top knot. What do you call it?
Yeah, like the man bun.
Man bun. Yeah, like he literally ripped off Skrull's haircut, like when Skrull was
That
doing
was
it.
Skrull's haircut. Yeah.
And but he was really good back then too, because he was just like I'd never seen him before, and he comes out, he's like, I'm like Sammy Callahan but British. And I'm like, yeah, totally, dude. I get it. I like that. I like
That's
it.
perfect. That's a perfect analogy for it. Yeah.
Well, that's what I used to think, and they put them against each other in the Super Strong Style 16 that year.
Mm-hmm.
They put Sammy Callahan versus Pete Dunne, and I was like, they know.
I think I was watching like not Bola. No, it might have been Battle of Los Angeles, where he faced. It's when he faced Matt Sydal.
Oh, Pete Dunne did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was. No, it might have been Adam Cole's final.
Oh yeah. Well, he didn't. Pete Dunne didn't face that. I don't think Pete Dunne ever faced Adam Cole at PWG.
No, Matt Sydal.
Oh, Matt Sydal?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
That's what I'm
Well,
thinking.
Adam Cole didn't wrestle at Bola
I
since 2014.
I have a ridiculous amount of respect for fucking Pete Dunne. I think he's a.
Oh yeah.
I read some. Is he injured? I read somewhere he's injured.
I heard he had like a little foot injury, but it's nothing like serious.
I still don't see anybody taking that UK title off of him.
Well,
I think he's more likely to win the North American Championship than lose the UK Championship.
I think there are people who can take it, but because they haven't even started the UK show yet,
Yeah.
they can't establish. I think they want to have that title change on the UK show to boost that show's morale.
I mean, it would make sense.
So, like, there are people on the UK division that I think could take it, and then there's people who aren't even signed yet who I could see them bringing it. So, like, I can see Travis Banks when he gets better, and I think it's soon. He can take it from him. I think you can. I think Zach Gibson still has potential to do it, but I think they might also go with Joe Coffey.
I would say Joe Coffey before
Yeah.
Zach. Zach Gibson.
You know,
I
like
don't-
Liverpool's number one.
I love Zach Gibson, but when I think of like they're gonna have to make a main event scene,
Yeah.
I don't see Zach Gibson in their main event scene.
Really?
I don't.
You think you go grizzled young veterans?
To me, like he's definitely like, and I hate to say this because I'd love to see this guy in the main event scene, but it's kind of like to me there's Cesaro,
Yeah.
where he'll put on these really great matches, but I don't think we'll ever see him hold the UK title.
Mm-hmm.
He might hold like a mid card title
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. Okay.
if they make one. Obviously,
That's what I was getting at. But you think they're gonna change the WWE UK title and just rename it the NXT UK Championship?
probably. Yeah, I would imagine so.
They just had just do it and not mention it. Like they
Speaking
do a
of
lot
speaking of which,
What?
those tag titles, fucking gorgeous,
dude, you know what I saw? Okay, this might sound like I'm talking shit, but I'm not. You know what I thought of when I first saw them?
What'd you think?
ECW.
Yeah,
I was like, those look like ECW titles. Take that as you will. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but that's what I thought. I was like, oh, did they just take the ECW title?
mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's going to Mustache Mountain, as obvious of a choice that is.
Right. No, I feel that we have Sarah watching us. Hi, Sarah.
Oh, hi, Sarah.
We watched No, I don't think she will. I watched the Mae Young Classic.
Cool.
It was pretty good. I don't think it was as the week before that. Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, every match was stellar. But the standout match this week was definitely Mia Yim versus Caitlyn.
Yeah. Yeah. It was really good.
God.
I'm trying to remember the matches. I remember. Deonna Purrazzo is a star.
Yeah, Deonna Purrazzo has nowhere to go but up. She's
and
beautiful.
Tegan Knox, who did she face?
Nicole Matthews.
That was a good match.
It was a really good match.
The best match of the
Nicole
night.
Matthews. I mean, it sucks that she got banned from the U.S., but Nicole Matthews could be a pretty big deal.
She can be a great heel.
Foil. Exactly.
A foil to whoever the baby face is.
She's so different because she's just so plain looking, but she's her style is rough.
Yeah,
I've never really seen a brawler.
She reminds me of an old school 1970s AWA.
She's like female Stan Hansen status to
No,
me.
because I thought Reina Gonzalez was kind of like that. I was thinking more along like a Bruiser Brody or
Mick Foley type,
or like a Ole Anderson or even something like that. Where they're more like, let me take out this one little let me pinpoint this one thing about you that sucks, and I'm gonna destroy it.
Io Shirai destroyed Zeuxis.
Yeah, dude, Io Shirai is the best.
Io Shirai is gonna tear apart everybody.
She's awesome.
I'm not excited for Wednesdays. I'm pretty sure that's Tegan Knox taking on Rhea Ripley.
Oh yeah, dude, it's gonna be a cringe moment.
I'm not looking forward to it.
Hey, I've seen enough
fucked
up shit that I can get away with.
Seeing
a girl's leg snap in half.
I feel like it's gonna be because she's apparently she's screaming in pain. I'm like, yikes.
My guess, don't quote me. My guess is they're not gonna show all that.
I hope not.
I think they're gonna show her jump, and they'll cut away. And it'd be like, oh my god,
commercial break.
No, it would just be like, oh my god, we need to check up on her, and then they might do a thing where there's like, advance her to the next round, or I don't know how.
Rhea Ripley, yeah. Spoiler alert: Tegan Knox does not win.
Yeah, it was.
Let's just get that out of the way.
Yeah, it sucks because she's such a little cutie pie, and I love her.
Oh, she's great.
I love her so much.
I like this Mae Young Classic.
Yeah,
I'm not as affected by it. I think is the first one.
It's because it's coming out weekly.
Yeah.
That's 100% what it is. Because you're like. You get this hype, when it first started, and now you're at the point where you're like, let's get to it. Let's get to it. All right, cool.
I'm like, is the only person who got signed fucking Mia Yim?
No, they'll probably announce more. Io Shirai.
Matsumoto.
Is Matsumoto signed?
I think so.
I don't think she was.
She should have been. She's fucking great.
She's great. I don't think she was signed, though.
I'm trying to think of anybody else they might have signed.
Rhea Ripley signed.
Yeah, well, she's.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, I don't know if anybody outside got signed.
Maybe they'll stop pushing Tanera Conti now.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god.
I don't get what they see.
Oh my god. I don't know if we talked about this because I don't think we didn't do a show last week.
Yeah.
And so we didn't get a chance to talk about it. I was like, I thought of the best idea for Tanera Conti only because of how bad she is.
She's pretty fucking bad.
And it's not even her wrestling skill. Her wrestling skill is average at best.
And better than us.
But her selling is so god awful. They should just make that a part of the gimmick in a cool way. I'll tell you. Have it be that she's super cry face every time she wins, but when she loses, it's a game changer. She's like, fuck, and she just gets in this rage mode and make her basically be like a bipolar.
Yeah.
Based on how well she's doing. And you can totally do this thing where she's when she's winning, she's crying and humble and all this jazz, and it's super fake.
But when she
fake as fuck.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't really care. But then when she loses, her real personality comes out, and she's just a super bitch and attacks people. And
better gimmick.
That'd be a cool idea.
Better gimmick.
Yeah.
All she does is sing her theme song over and over again.
You keep saying that.
She knows all the words.
So what? Jeff Hardy used to come out and sing his own song.
He wrote that song.
But it's his own song. I don't sing my own
that
songs.
song.
That's so
I would
weird.
sing my own songs.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah,
Trust me. It's very weird.
I can imagine.
But yeah, it's just whatever. That doesn't bother me.
Okay, fine. I'm just not impressed with her. I like
No,
Lacey
she's
Lane.
terrible.
Lacey Lane's really
Lacey
good.
Lane's good. She was really good.
They
told a lot of the same stories so far in this thing. Big woman versus small woman. I'm like, you did that last week and this night.
I'd love to see Caitlyn come back.
Yeah, I would too. I think she'll be the. Did they announce at Evolution? You said before we went on that
Battle Royal.
Battle Royal. Did they say who?
I don't know. Let me look.
What you get if you win? Because
I don't know.
if it's a nothing battle royal, I can see Caitlyn winning. If she's gonna come back, and that'd be a good way to introduce
Nia Jax is gonna win that battle royal. You called it. Don't even be upset.
That's true. I did say Nia Jax was gonna win the battle royal.
Yeah. The winner will receive a future Raw Women's title. Yeah, so it'll be a title shot.
Okay, so then not Caitlyn.
Definitely Nia Jax.
Yeah. Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah. She did just.
Tamina Snuka has been announced to return, so she'll be back. So
did she like get injured or something, or was she just?
Yeah, no, she got injured.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't hear anything.
Right now, the only matches for Evolution announced are the Battle Royal we just talked about, the 2018 Mae Young Classic Finals between We Don't Know and We Don't Know, the NXT UK Women's Title match between We Don't Know.
They actually are doing that.
Yeah, between We Don't Know and We Don't Know, the NXT Women's Title match, the American one, Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane, which Shayna Baszler will win.
You think?
Oh yeah, it's Evolution.
Okay.
Charlotte Flair taking on Becky Lynch, last woman standing match, which
this
is going to be a real good match.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Nikki Bella taking on Ronda Rousey, and they found a way to make that compelling.
Yeah.
I liked it.
You also missed a match. I just have to.
And Mickie James and Alexa Bliss versus WWE Hall of Famers Lita and Trish Stratus.
Boom! Fucking called it.
Now the question is, who wins that match?
Oh, dude, the Lita has to win.
Yeah,
like, Trish and Lita have to win.
I would agree.
That's gonna be there because it seems the way I thought about it when I did the predictions of the card is I was like past, present, future. So you have the future start off, kick it off, have a bunch of new people win. Middle have the past, and that would be where they would win, and then you finish up with the present, which would be whoever's champions and stuff.
Okay. I'm changing my pick. Who wins the battle royal?
Is it? I think I know who it is.
It is my girl, Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke's winning that battle royal. It's happening.
Yeah.
You all need to bask in Dana Brooke's glory.
Yeah.
She's
gonna do the thing like where we challenged each other to book her to win the title at WrestleMania, where she picks up Nia Jax over her head and throws her over the.
No, probably not. No, what I'm telling you, she's gonna win it by accident.
Nah.
She's gonna win it by total accident.
Who else is on? Oh, you know who's gonna win the Rumble?
Who?
I can already tell you. It's gonna be Bayley.
Bayley?
So they can have Bayley versus Ronda, so she can beat Bayley. Then, because it's another feud that they could do, and with her winning it, you don't need a storyline really.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have it a face versus a face kind of situation because it's like, well, she got a title shot because she won the Rumble.
That makes sense.
As opposed to like, she got a title shot because she called my boyfriend a dickhead, and
this is not a knockout storyline.
She's like, she got a title shot because she attacked me in the backstage area when I was doing my makeup, like that kind of shit. Like where you have to have like a story to have a title match in WWE. If you have she won the Rumble, so she can face it. We could do as good for you.
Good for you.
Good for you. You got a title match.
All righty. What have you been watching? What did you watch?
Oh,
anything that I didn't just list?
I watched pretty much everything you just said. But I also watched. I finally got around to watching Progress Wembley.
Yeah.
Hello, Wembley.
Did you like it?
I liked it a lot. There was so much to like about the show, but then there was like some things that I'm like, oh, it could have been better simply if New Japan weren't dicks.
Ooh, snap.
Yeah, I'm not saying that because like I actually love New Japan.
It's too late.
But I'm saying like they were doing the Fighting Spirit Unleashed same day.
Same fuck.
So they had the scheduled main event, which was supposed to be Zack Sabre Jr. versus Walter, which was also
Walter
not
versus
Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate.
Fuck.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. Probably the best match of the show.
It's Tyler fucking Bate, dude.
With Progress, it had a little bit of everything, and it was so sick. There was a women's match. Ginny's been doing this because I haven't been watching Progress for like maybe a year, honestly. Like since Travis Banks won the title, it was probably the last Progress show I watched. But they're doing this angle where Ginny now has like a posse, like she has her crew.
I love it.
And so the match was Ginny, Toni Storm, and Millie McKenzie, who everybody loves Millie McKenzie because she's this cute little 19-year-old girl who does sick suplexes.
Nice.
She looks like Candice LeRae, but she does badass suplexes. She's actually sponsored by Suplex.
Nice.
Yeah, so
I probably follow.
So the story
her
going
on
in is
Instagram.
everybody wants Millie McKenzie to win. Everybody thinks Toni Storm's going to win. Ginny is a bitch. Like, that's how it is.
Ginny is such a good bad guy.
Yeah, and during the match, her crew starts fucking with the challengers,
Mm-hmm.
like, oh boo, I'm gonna kick your butt, and then out comes it comes out, what's her name, Candy Floss,
Yeah.
and who's the Italian girl, what's her name? It's a really hard name because it's Italian.
What?
She used to be Ginny's assistant.
I'm not entirely sure.
She had a different name, changed her name to her actual name. It's like I can't remember her name. I have to know her name because she's actually really vital to what I'm about to say. But I'll tell you after I figure it out. But the rest of the show was sweet. They had a Thunder Bastard tag team battle royal.
Yeah.
So a Thunder Bastard match, if you don't know, is essentially a Royal Rumble with someone entering every couple minutes or whatever. But the only way to be eliminated is by pinfall.
Damn.
That's it. So it's essentially like the Lucha Underground's Aztec Warfare match. But they did it with tag teams who, going into this, Bandito and Flamita were champions because they won it in the U.S. when they did their tour.
Right.
So they brought in M&M, not M&N, M&M. They're these two young kids in progress that everybody likes.
Yeah.
But
Joey Mercury, Johnny
yeah,
Nitro,
no.
and Melina.
No, their names are like, I don't know their names. They're
I
really
just told
new.
you them.
It's not. Then there was it was the winners of that was Aussie Open. Have you ever seen Aussie Open?
No, I'm not.
Dude.
I will say it right now.
WWE
I don't
needs
know anything about
WWE
Australian
snatched
wrestling.
them they need to snatch them up so they can go to the UK division because they're fantastic. It's basically the one guy is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Davis. It's something Davis, like James Davis. Really good guy.
Right.
So they won it. That's cool. They had a TLC match, grudge match, with Mark Andrews versus Eddie Dennis. Do you know who Eddie Dennis is?
No, but I do know who Mark Andrews is.
Eddie Dennis is Mark Andrews' former tag team from FSU.
Wow.
Which that's how Mark Andrews became a big deal.
Yeah.
Was through his tag team, and then because Eddie Dennis is like 6'5" luchador, but he's British. And then Mark Andrews is like
little Mark
nothing,
Andrews,
you know?
pop punk frontman.
They came out to like Party Hard by Andrew WK, and they
Yeah.
were like drinking beers, doing sweet moves and stuff. But then he kind of like had to stop wrestling because he needed a real job, Eddie Dennis. But he still wrestled every once in a while in Progress, and he turned heel on him like a year and a half ago, and he got injured right after.
Damn.
So they had to do a Ciampa thing where they were like, he disappears for a while, comes back. They literally mirrored Ciampa and Gargano.
Damn.
And they did it into a ladder match, and it was fantastic. Eddie Dennis won by doing his finishing move, which is kind of like, you ever see Finn Balor's like reverse DDT where he lifts him up? He did that, but he did it off the ladder through a table.
Fuck.
And the best part about this match,
That's brutal.
here's the best part about this match. I don't know if it was intentional, but it was the best story thing, and it's super original. No table could fucking break in this match. No matter what they did, they could not break a table. They would slam off the ladder. Like at one point, Mark Andrews did a swanton off the ladder onto Eddie Dennis. Table didn't give. And the whole match, no table broke until the final shot where he did that move off the ladder through the table, and it finally snapped the crowd. Finally, the fucking table breaks. Like that kind of thing.
Right.
That was cool. They also had Jimmy Havoc versus Paul Robinson, who was the guy who basically like killed Jimmy Havoc after he lost his title. They had a death match, and it was awesome because he came out dressed up like almost like Misfits, Jimmy Havoc.
Yeah.
Because this is the end of their like since Progress has started feud. Like this is a feud that's been going on for like 5 years. Like this is a big deal. It was supposed to be originally Jimmy Havoc versus Will Ospreay in a death match, but with the New Japan show happening, they had to pull them, so they did the match like the last show. And then had Paul Robinson take over.
Okay.
Main event was Tyler Bate versus Walter. The match was basically Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Essentially of the modern day.
4'0".
Tyler Bate, who's super fucking jacked and can lift Walter to like nothing, versus Walter,
who's a
equally as strong, but he's 6'8".
German monster.
Yeah. He's Austrian too.
Turned PCO's chest into
hamburger meat.
Fucking salami.
Right. And
brutal.
I'm going to try to find out that girl's name.
No worries.
Di Matteo. Something Di Matteo. I didn't even look at it. I was just thinking it's something DiMatteo.
Yeah.
She was Ginny's former assistant when she was doing she still kind of is, but she was doing like I'm rich, fuck you kind of thing. She had a little assistant who she tortured, finally turned back. During their match, those two came out to help, and then she turned back on Toni Storm to join back up with Ginny. So now Ginny has like 5 people. At the end of the match, Ginny's like all holding the title. She won it. Aha, I'm the best. I got all these people on my side now, including her, my old best friend. Ha 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 ha. Out comes Jordan Grace. Yeah. Jordan Grace just showed up out of nowhere and freaking just wrecked house.
Jordan Grace is great.
Yeah, she's going to be a huge star.
I know. She's going to be picked up by WWE by the end of like...
Thick Mama Pump.
Oh, hell yeah. She gets picked up by like next year.
Guaranteed.
At the very least, she's in next year's Mae Young Classic.
All
right.
So yeah,
Anything
that's
else?
what I watched. I also watched MLW. Really cool.
Yeah.
I will say one thing about MLW this week. The main event was Rich Swann versus Teddy Hart. Holy shit, that match was really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
God. I keep needing to check it out.
Yeah, you're like 20 episodes deep now.
I know. I'm sorry.
Just jump in, man. It's really good. They're about to have, on Halloween, they're doing LA Park versus PCO, dude.
Fuck.
Yeah, and Sami Callihan versus Jimmy Havoc.
God damn.
NA, you're going to love this. Spin the wheel, make a deal match. Not joking.
Okay.
Not joking.
All right. On that note.
It's on Halloween night.
Yeah. No.
I'm so stoked.
New Japan. How many fucking pay-per-views does New Japan do in a month?
They usually do one. But
Okay. Well,
they had like 3 back-to-back because...
Right. New Japan just had their King of Pro Wrestling event.
Yep.
So we now know that Tanahashi is going to be taking on Kenny Omega.
Right.
At Wrestle Kingdom. He kept his right to main event Wrestle Kingdom against Jay White. Jay White, I think, officially joined Bullet Club, right?
Yeah, he's now a part of Firing Squad's Bullet
That's
Club.
pretty fucking great. That's pretty sweet. Kenny Omega defeated Kota Ibushi and Cody in a triple threat match.
First ever one in Japan.
Oh, yeah. Cody cut a fucking great.
Yeah, you got to tell me about this because I didn't get around to watching this. I've been meaning to.
So I watched the press conference. I think it was the one right after... I think it might have been after he won the title. I'm not entirely sure, but he won the United States Championship from Juice Robinson. He came to the back, and the first thing he did was cut this super fucking rant where he said like everyone referred to Juice as one of Dusty's kids, and then he was like, "Well, I'm Dusty's goddamn kid."
Nice.
It was fucking great, and he's super charismatic, and I'm kind of bummed he didn't win the IWGP Heavyweight Championship.
Really?
I think Cody could hold all 3 belts, and not only would I believe it, I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
I don't think Kenny Omega needs the title.
But Cody in the main event at Wrestle Kingdom is not a...
No, that's not a selling point at all.
No,
plus,
not at all.
he's ROH anyway.
Yeah.
He kind of hinted that they might go to WWE.
Yeah.
And there's some signs saying that might be possible.
I told you before, because we talked a little bit of this before, I think it all has to do with how true those rumors are that Dave Meltzer was saying about how the new management of New Japan are basically a bunch of dickheads.
Right. No, I've heard those. I wouldn't be surprised.
If it's true and people are actually thinking about leaving because of it, I can see them going.
Wow.
But I don't think they are. I think if anything, what's going to happen is they're not going to sign with anybody and they're going to freelance for a year. Maybe scout out how much money they can get.
Right.
Do an all-in 2. Scout what they're going to do, kind of like jump in, maybe do a show with Impact here, do a show with Ring of Honor here, do a show with...
Hear me out. Take over All In.
No.
Oh, man. I would.
That literally is not what All In's about.
I know. I just want to believe.
What I would... Dream situation is they start their own promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Call it Elite Pro Wrestling. EPW.
Yeah.
And they just basically, you don't need to sign anybody, but basically just start putting on a monthly show to eventually get TV.
Billy Corgan kind of situation.
Yeah, I can even see like in a perfect world, I can see the Elite working with Billy Corgan to make NWA the next big thing, because they might be thinking like we took New Japan and made it a big deal. We took Ring of Honor. Made
Can we
it a
do?
big
Can we
deal.
take? Can we do the
that
same thing with NWA?
NWA.
Yeah.
I could see that being something they want to do. I don't know if that's why they would do it. I'm just saying, like, it does seem coincidental.
Real quick before
Yeah.
we go into our next little news topic, Neville finally announced to the world what wrestling promotion he's going to be
Dragon Gate.
when he showed up at a Dragon Gate.
Yeah.
And the internet exploded, and it was just, holy shit, Neville.
Yeah, it was very like the end of the world happens in a whisper kind of moment. It was just like I woke up one day and they're like, Neville's back.
What?
What? You show up in New Japan?
He's
No,
in Dragon Gate.
Dragon Gate.
What?
Okay. Oh,
Cool.
Okay. That makes sense
Good
because
for
now
him.
Shingo, I forgot his last name is in LAJ.
Mm-hmm.
Who he was the guy who was at Bola.
Oh, yeah.
Remember how there were like 3 Dragon Gate guys who
Yeah,
were at
yeah.
Bola? One of them is the new LIJ guy.
Nice.
So yeah, that's crazy. Like I was like, man, I gotta watch some Dragon Gate.
Mm-hmm.
But I already got too many subscriptions.
I'm not
I don't
super
know if
familiar with Dragon Gate.
Yeah, I already got too many subscriptions, so I don't know if I can afford another one. But they apparently have this super cheap one where you get like all their shows a month after for like free.
Yeah.
I don't know. I looked into it, but yeah, it'd be cool because they got a lot of good talent. Like Flamita, Bandito are there, and you got like Sema and all those guys.
Mm-hmm.
But there was huge do you know the controversy about Dragon Gate?
No.
How like a lot of wrestlers were reprimanded for torturing a monkey. That sounds funny, but it was fucked up.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm sorry I laughed.
Yeah. So apparently, like, I don't know the story, so if I'm incorrect, please someone correct me. But apparently, like, a couple of, like, a vast majority of the locker room found a monkey in China or in Japan.
I don't think this story should be
and
finished.
they
did some
they
messed
basically
up
beat
thing.
the shit out
Yeah.
of a monkey.
Yeah, this story.
It's pretty awful.
This story can end now.
Yeah, but
Oh.
Shingo wasn't one of those ones, so it's cool.
Well, good.
And neither was Neville.
No, he.
I will give a red arrow to that monkey.
So
It's fucked.
Impact Wrestling had Bound for Glory yesterday,
Cool.
which, if you don't know, is supposedly their WrestleMania. That's what it's always been billed as, and
Yeah.
that's what they've always supposedly treated it as.
Mhm.
Not in the last decade, but
Yeah. Ever since Jeff Hardy won the title.
yeah,
it
ever since
hasn't
Jeff
been-
Hardy, ever since Immortal,
Yeah, that's pretty much
Bound
the
for
death of
Glory.
Wild
I don't
Glory.
understand what dummy went to them and was like, you know what you should do with every big pay-per-view? What? Screwy finishes, no matter what, all the time, always.
Bro,
Make the audience go, well, I guess I have to watch the next episode.
you gotta be like, bro, how are you supposed to get people to watch next week? Bro.
So the whole thing is, it's Bound for Glory. Impact Wrestling has spent a year trying to improve their image and make Impact Wrestling cool again. And in some ways they have. Impact's always had cool acts. I don't think anything's changed about Impact.
I disagree.
I think some backstage stuff has changed, but the product.
well,
is-
you're under the assumption that what we're about to talk about is a work, and I think
Yeah.
it's legit.
Well, if it's legit, then it's an even bigger problem than if it's a work.
No, if it's legit, that means just Austin Aries is a dickhead.
Right. Okay. So we'll talk about it. So the main event was Johnny Impact taking on Austin Aries for the Impact
World Championship.
Heavyweight Championship.
Impact World Championship.
I mean, you didn't watch Bound for Glory.
No, I didn't.
I didn't watch Bound for
I was
Glory.
gonna watch it this morning, but then I just didn't.
Yeah. Right.
I played WWE.
The opposite of Impact.
No, I played the video game.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, but yeah, I
So
didn't get a
so
chance.
Johnny Impact, he hits his stuff. He hits Starship Pain.
Yep, Starship Pain.
Yeah,
I think they call it.
Starship Destroyer.
Is that what they call it?
I think so. Yeah.
In Lucha Underground, they call it End of the World.
That's dumb.
Well, no, because Johnny Mundo means Johnny World,
Okay.
so it makes sense.
Okay.
Don't you shit on names?
Too late. I already.
Just kidding.
So he gets the 1, 2, 3. He's now your Impact World Champion, and Austin Aries literally just gets up.
He's
And
like,
we all know that wrestling is fake, and we all know it's not real. But at the same time, you
What?
still gotta, in the show, you still gotta act like you got hurt. But not Austin Aries. He gets up, cool as a cucumber, perfectly fine. He exits the ring, and then he flips off some
does a
person
double
up
bird.
there. There, he just points at him and flips him off,
Yeah.
and then he just walks off and he flips off the fans. And Johnny Impact's standing there with the title, looking like a goof because
Yeah.
now he's like, "What's going on? Why
Yeah.
couldn't you lose gracefully?" And Austin Aries just walks off and he flips off everybody, and that's how Bound for Glory, their WrestleMania ends.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like imagine, Stone Cold takes the title off The Rock. The Rock just flips everybody off and leaves. Kind of ruins.
That's why I don't think this is is storyline, because it's too weird.
Yeah,
it's too weird.
I think it's a mixture. I think it's probably a mixture of both.
Yeah,
I think there's some real factors in it. Mainly, Austin Aries is a douchebag.
Yeah,
and then there's some fake aspects, like him walking off and just flipping.
You think
off.
the walking off was the fake?
I think it was the fake part.
I think that was the real part. I think the fake stuff was all the stuff beforehand and the Twitter and all that stuff. My guess, if I were to guess, you can have a guess too. My guess is that he was supposed to win, but then everybody kind of turned on him on Twitter. And so they were like, yeah, you're going to lose. And he felt all disrespected, so he quit.
I don't know. Is this going to be something 5 foot, like people above 5'5" regret when they say, like, I don't really think short jokes are the same as fat shaming somebody's wife?
True.
I don't know. Like that one.
I've never fat shamed a woman in my life, so I don't know.
Yeah, like to me that one is like, I don't want to say that calling somebody short is a more acceptable put down than fat shaming somebody, especially somebody's wife. And I mean, it's all on Twitter, so who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But
I think all that stuff was staged, but then it came off like he was a super dickhead, and so they were like, hey, you're gonna lose, so because you can't really call a man's wife fat and then
he called her husky, which is not much better.
But according to Gabriel Iglesias, there's 5 levels of fat.
I don't. I mean, apparently.
Yeah, but no, it's weird. I'm gonna wait. I'm in the wait and see.
Yeah.
Impact in the last year has given me enough string that I can hold on for it.
Right.
I'll wait and see. If it turns out to be storyline, I might be like, nah.
Well, I mean, like, you know, this is whatever to me. This isn't.
Yeah.
This isn't Alberto El Patron going on drunken rants after every Impact.
They said I did something. I didn't do it.
Yeah, that's like to me, Austin Aries being a douchebag is like whatever. That's just Austin Aries. It kind of like, to me, it kind of makes me like WWE a little bit more, because when they first released him, it was like, oh, how could they do this? And then all the reports came out that it was like, you know, Austin Aries kind of had a bad attitude. And at first, you know, you're like, well, you weren't using him, and meh, meh, meh. And then this company makes him their world champion, and he's still Austin Aries is high on his own bullshit for sure.
Yeah.
Which I guess you kind of have to be.
That goes back years, because remember when he put his junk in Christy Hemi's face?
Yeah.
Like, he did that stuff. Like, so there's precedent of him being a dickhead. But I don't know if, like I said, I don't know. And this is like something I could speculate all day. We can throw here.
Well, that's why we have a
draw
podcast.
4 cards. We can throw down draw 4 cards. It'll give us more information than what we actually have.
So do you think he's out, or do you think?
Well, he's going to be gone for at least a few months on TV.
Yeah.
Because if they're gone from this month's TV tapings, that's like 4 months.
Yeah, we probably won't. We probably won't hear from him, at least as far as Impact's concerned, till at least January.
Yeah.
And if this is real, then he's probably just going to go to some other promotion.
Yeah, and
we're
going to
see him
Ring
show
of
up.
Honor will take him.
Oh,
he can maybe even go to like. But okay.
No,
So
he'll go to Ring of Honor.
This is going to support your theory. I've been speculating that they were going to do Mad in Impact.
Yeah.
The Lucha Libre faction.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have everybody to do it. Killer Cross, Conan. They could bring in Teddy Hart and Jack Evans. I'm sure they'll do it, no problem.
Teddy Hart would probably bring some eyes to
yeah.
Just to see like Teddy fucking Hart. Yeah. Oh boy.
But like, do you know like any of the story of Mad? Like why?
No,
they exist?
I don't.
It's basically like NWO, where they're like not a part of the company. They're trying to take over the company.
Mm-hmm.
This would be a good precedent to start off, having Austin Aries basically lead a Americanized Mad. You know,
right?
If he left and he's like, this company's bullshit and all this stuff, and it's like almost shoot.
Yeah,
that's how Matt is. That's why it's like Conan versus Vampiro.
So it's like NWO type of shit.
Yeah. So I can see them like. So if they do that, I'd be more on board with this finish.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I think part of me hopes it's real, because if it was worked, then Impact's still suffering from some of its old problems of thinking that like you need to just get the people talking, and that's good television.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't really care about Johnny Impact's title reign now.
That's fine.
Like, because I'm just because
of this.
Because now the only thing on my mind is what's going on with Austin Aries, instead of like Johnny Impact's champion. Oh man, who's he going to defend it? It's now, is Austin Aries going to get his title back? So I don't know. Yeah. It's not very good for Johnny Impact.
Okay.
And Taya Valkyrie didn't win the women's championship,
but I didn't think she would.
No, Tessa Blanchard's holding that title for a long time.
Yeah, they gotta establish her as the shit.
Who do you think would take that title off of her?
I think it's somebody we wouldn't even fathom right now. I think she's gonna hold it for at least a year.
Dana Brooke.
Dana Brooke after she gets released and goes to Impact as Brooks Daniels. I could see Jordan Grace if they could snatch her up.
God, I hope not.
That'd be a cool idea.
I want her WWE. I want her.
No, but like if they want to build a good women's division, that'd be a good fit for them.
I mean, they have a pretty good women.
Because like who are free agents right now that have a name besides Jordan Grace?
Jordan Grace.
Like free agents.
The
like
Killer Bays.
Killer Bays, yeah, but do they have? They're not really a big name.
I guess Chelsea Green kind of, unless.
But no, she just got signed to the WWE.
She did?
Yeah.
What's she doing on Lucha Underground?
Because they taped that fucking years ago.
Okay.
She signed. She showed up to the Performance Center.
Okay, so
she's there.
So not Chelsea Green. Britt Baker.
Britt Baker could be one, but I don't think she's ready.
No, plus she'd go to WWE before she went to Impact.
Yeah, but remember Britt Baker's only been wrestling for like 2 years.
Yeah.
So I can see
there aren't a lot of like Kaylee.
That's what I'm trying to get.
Kaylee Ray and
Kaylee Ray would be a
Viper.
good snatch. Yeah.
Impact. If Viper would be a fucking steal.
Yeah.
Viper would be a fucking
Rachel Ellering.
steal. And not like to me, not on the same level as like a Kaylee Ray or a Viper.
That you're comparing. I'm saying I'm just thinking of people who are like
Mako
Satomura.
Imagine after all of this buzz, they sign Mako Satomura.
No, I think the person getting that title from Tessa is going to be Rosemary when whenever they figure out what they're doing with her. Because like she's not signed to Impact, is she?
No, I think she's a free agent.
So I think they can bring her back in, and
because they're gonna have to.
They keep alluding to her even though she's gone.
No, she came back.
Oh wait.
Well, I mean, I think storyline, and here we go. I think she's like stuck in the spirit world or something with like Su Yung.
So she could be the one who takes it from Tessa.
Yeah.
But I don't think she will.
No.
I think Tessa's gonna hold it for a year.
Yeah, and then what are they gonna do with Su Yung?
Yeah. Well, Su Yung, she's good, but she's like, I think she's still relatively new.
Well, and her gimmick is kind of one note.
No, I like it. I know,
but
she goes out the kendo sticks, beats the shit out of people. She's on Dead Bride.
To me, I'm like, there's only so much room to tell a story with that gimmick.
Yeah.
But no, like, I don't know. We'll see what happens with us.
Yeah, let's wait and see. It's wrestling.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's get down to the meat of the matter, guys. The reason you're all here, we are self-taught politicians.
Self-taught. We're Reddit politicians.
Yeah, we have read an MSNBC article or two in our day, and we think we know everything on how to solve world crises. WWE just a few months ago.
It was in April.
Yeah, in April, had their first ever event in Saudi Arabia, the greatest Rumble ever, and it was a pretty decent Royal Rumble.
It was cool. I liked Daniel Bryan lasting forever.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
Roddy Strong chopped the shit out of him.
It sucks. It was actually a pretty good show. There was huge controversy surrounding it because the women in WWE were not allowed to participate in the event at all. They weren't even allowed to be shown. Mm-hmm. In fact, WWE got in very hot water with the Saudi government just for Carmella shown up. But I mean, to be fair, like Carmella, like not to be a conservative white male about it, but the way Carmella's outfits are very skin tight. They're a singlet. It pushes everything up. So I'm sure in Saudi Arabia, when your government's this one way forever and ever and ever, and then a very attractive woman like Carmella shows up. What?
Yeah.
No.
Well, apparently everybody was like whistling and like, woo, shit like that in the audience. So that's why it became a big deal. If nobody reacted, it probably would have blown up.
Yeah.
It would have been like, hey, don't do that again, fuckers.
So we were sitting here going like, well, at least we get to wait until the next Saudi Arabia thing. And then a few months later, they announced the crown jewel, and none of us were excited for it.
I thought it was, like, I've said this on the show. I was like, it's a little shitty that they're doing it so close to Evolution.
Oh, yeah. Well, why do you think they're doing Evolution? Because they're doing the crown jewel. And it's very transparent. It's very transparent that's why they're doing it. But, so recently, as in last week, it was reported that a Turkish journalist who has permanent American residency was kidnapped in Turkey.
Yep.
At the Saudi Arabian consulate.
I think it was,
The and there is evidence.
Allegedly.
There is evidence that supports the theory that the Saudi prince commanded this kidnapping happen.
I thought you were going to say kissed him on the cheek.
Kissed him on the cheek and told him to have a great day.
Yeah.
No.
He murdered the fuck out of this man.
The reporter was found dismembered.
Yeah.
And I think several pieces of luggage, not just one. It was like they were moving a dead body in a very dark fashion. And there's a lot of links to the Saudi government right now linking to this murder of this Turkish reporter who has been critical of the Saudi government. Right. We're not being critical of you, Saudi government. We think you guys are fine. No.
Come at me, bro.
No.
I'll fucking say
Hold on.
These fuckers.
No. I don't want to get found in a thing of luggage.
Oh, okay.
That is the opposite of the way I want to go. But so American politicians demanding that we end relationships with Saudi Arabia.
On both sides. This is this isn't like a
finally
Democrat Republican versus
I think
Republican
the last time Americans were equally outraged like this was when the last Annie movie came out. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. I got to laugh. Awesome.
We can end the show now.
But no, so some businesses have been backing out of deals with the Saudi government. They don't want to be seen.
The most famous one is Richard Branson. Right? He pulled out.
Yeah, a whole lot of very famous businesses.
Yeah.
Our president, on the other hand, has a very different perspective on it.
But that's neither here nor there.
That's neither here nor there. He thinks we should still be friends with him. The WWE, however, have been put under a microscope that I don't think they've ever been.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever expected to be put under, which is a lot of people believe that the WWE should cancel the Crown Jewel pay-per-view and back out of their partnership with Saudi Arabia, which is as I understand, a 10-year deal for 2 shows a year.
Yeah,
so
$50 million a year.
It's like it's $250 million total.
So like $2.5 million per one.
Yeah, per show, which is a lot of money.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
That's not. I don't even think that's including paying the talent, which they're getting paid separately. That's why Shawn Michaels is coming back. Brock Lesnar wrestled. Yeah, things like that.
It's a 10-year deal, which to me is the like. If they did the Crown Jewel thing and then they were like, "That's it, that's our last one. We're no longer."
It'd be cool. It'd be less.
I think
like we just gotta get it over with. Guys.
It'd be an easier pill to swallow. But it's a 10-year deal. It's Vince McMahon. I don't see them backing out. Actually, you know what? No, so. Before we give our opinions and our takes on it and stuff like that, let's just give you the facts. WWE is still going on with Crown Jewel. Reportedly, they are not.
According to now,
they are monitoring the situation, which means they're still going to do it.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where you're like, I think they're just waiting it out.
Yeah,
like seeing how big of a deal this is.
Right.
Because in today's news climate, it is one of those things where like a huge deal one day could be forgot about. Yeah,
and I mean, not to be dark about it, but that's kind of how Americans care about things is in doses.
Yeah, exactly.
So the pay-per-views in November, and even if it comes out that the Saudi Arabian government was totally behind the kidnapping and murder of this journalist, there's no guarantee that the outrage towards this will be the same.
Yeah.
In November than it was right now, right this instant as we're getting it.
Exactly.
Because especially with the government we have right now, there's going to be something new to make everybody mad in just a few hours.
Exactly, yeah. And especially in November when I believe it's voting season, right?
Right.
So people are going to be trying to find things. But
yikes.
Yeah, I think they're waiting and see cuz I think what's going to affect it is the sponsors. The sponsors start saying no. Like they did with the Mula thing.
Yeah. Snickers was and they changed it.
So if that becomes a thing, they'll pull out, I think.
Well, I don't think anyone is I don't think they have sponsors for it.
No, I'm saying sponsors in general.
Yeah.
Like Snickers will no longer sponsor WWE because they are associated with Saudi government.
Kid Rock, how much money do you have?
Yeah,
I don't have Snickers money.
It would be more of that.
As
opposed to I don't think Snickers is sponsoring the Crown Jewel.
No.
I think it's more of if sponsors are going to be
if Snickers doesn't want it, like Snickers
general,
won't sponsor WrestleMania,
KFC won't wrestle WrestleMania, you know, that kind of thing. If that's the stuff that people start like hitting, like if that's what they start seeing it, like their bottom line getting fucked, that's when they'll start making moves.
it sucks because that's the only way to really get people to like.
Yeah, and it's a
to
super
get any
shady
changes
thing
to just
too.
go after people's wallets. It's unfortunate.
It's super shady on both sides. Like I don't want them to do the show. I'll say straight
I
up.
agree.
But I don't want people to attack sponsors, but I understand that that's the only way to make an opinion.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Say
about
like
that.
I think it's shitty to do that, but I understand why people do.
I mean, I definitely think it's an incredibly bad taste for the WWE to be still going on with the show. I mean, even if this event didn't happen, we were still pretty anti Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
Even before all this stuff with this reporter, just
Yeah.
on the very simple fact that, you know, it's not on us as Americans to, you know, thumb our nose at
Right.
another country's laws. But I mean, women were just allowed to drive a few months ago.
Yeah, and one woman was publicly executed for
Yeah.
speaking out against civil rights for women.
Like
And that's fucked up shit.
Saudi Arabia has some very questionable laws that kind of get ignored because
Yeah.
they're like evil Switzerland in their in their
Evil
neutrality.
Yeah.
Like Switzerland's like, no, we kind of just keep to ourselves. They're like, we give everybody weapons. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and that's
I almost
that's
did a
true.
voice and then I thought against
Yeah,
it. I was like,
wouldn't-
nah.
Nah, we're being super serial right now.
Yeah.
No, I'd say like for me, I was against it for it seemed to make evolution seem worse.
And
You know what I mean? Like it seems now that they announced Crown Jewel and they were like, all right, and it was announced a little bit after Evolution. They announced that they were going to do something else, but they didn't say when or what it is. They did it so close, like within a week or two
maybe
of
like
Evolution, that it seems like they're only doing Evolution so that the women could feel like
and I'm sorry,
on par
Trish
with-
Stratus is not going to make Brock Lesnar money.
right.
They're not going to be paying Trish Stratus to come out of retirement and wrestle at Evolution the same way they're going to pay Brock Lesnar to just show up and destroy Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman for 6 minutes.
It's honestly one of those things where like WWE has themselves in a pickle. If I were them, this is what I would do. I'd come out, make a public statement, and say, we are contractually obligated to do this event. It's not being canceled.
Yeah.
But we will be looking through our contract to find a new way to
You gotta
renegotiate this contract because we do not feel comfortable in this situation.
At least like in a 10-year partnership type of way.
Yeah, exactly. With a potential threat to the United States.
We'll get the Saudi Arabian screw job.
Yeah.
They told the prince he was going to win the Crown Jewel title. And then Shawn Michaels puts him in the sharpshooter, and you hear Vince McMahon scream, "Ring the fucking bell!"
Yeah.
And then the Saudi prince will write out WCW.
I didn't know where you were going, but I got you.
Yeah.
No, I think if the fact that they're keeping silent is hurting them.
Oh, I agree.
If they came out, I know they probably can't because, you know, risk and all that stuff. But
Well,
I think if they came out and say we have to, we are contractually obligated to do this show.
Yeah, it's
Everybody, I think most people would be like, that sucks. You guys are shitty people, but you know it's gonna happen.
well, I mean, it's a fact too. Like I think because obviously if journalists are getting kidnapped and murdered and stuff like that, the last thing you want to do is speak out against the Saudi government.
That's why I'm saying like, yeah. But I think if they came out more like less polarizing and more of just like, hey, we are contractually obligated to do this event. We understand the concerns at both sides, but at this moment, we have to.
Yeah.
And what happens in the future is yet to be decided. We will cross that bridge when we get to it at this point.
Yeah, I mean they're already promoting Shawn Michaels coming out of retirement for it. Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles are going to be facing each other for the World Heavyweight Championship. It's kind of like, you guys put your eggs in the wrong basket.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I almost feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
For WWE, because they knew they were getting in with shady people with the whole women stuff. This is next level. Not to say women are next level. I'm saying this is like World War III shit.
Yeah.
You know, this is legit like NAFTA is gonna fucking kill people.
But to be fair, this is the kind of stuff great biopics are made out of.
Oh yeah,
I'm telling you, man. You get like you get fucking Scorsese or whoever directed
David Fincher.
No, I'm trying to it's like those schmaltzy like Disney history movies, you know, where it's like they kind of touch on the dark stuff, but it's
Not really.
Yeah, like Hidalgo.
Or like Miracle.
Yeah, they get Kurt Russell to play Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
I think we just made a really good movie.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
But yeah, to sum up, I just think it's a difficult situation for them to be in.
Mm-hmm.
It's a difficult situation for everybody because everybody wants them to cancel. We don't know if they can.
I don't think they can.
I don't think
at least not Crown Jewel.
I don't think they can without risking. Like, I don't know. Can they sue? If they don't do it, if they break contract, do they even have a contract, or is it more of just like?
No, I think they have a contract.
Okay, I don't know.
There's definitely pen and paperwork.
But if WWE were smart, they would not televise this.
No, they're going to televise it.
I know they are,
yeah.
but if they were smart, they wouldn't.
They're not smart. They think Roman Reigns is the face of their company.
If they were to come out and be like, "We're going to donate blah 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 to whatever related charity,"
we're gonna bring that reporter back from the dead.
Yeah, we're gonna Frankenstein him. We're gonna bring in freaking PCOs, like whatever. What's
all the people you can bring back from the dead, you don't bring back Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah,
you just bring back this reporter so you can do Crown Jewel.
Right.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, so it's pretty deep. It's really shitty. I don't know where to like go from there. I don't think there's any much more we can say.
I know, without us being all ignorant and stuff.
Yeah, like I like to keep up with politics, and I'll say like I understand. I try to be the guy who's on both sides.
Yeah,
I like to see, because I don't think that people who are quote unquote evil are evil. They're just misguided. And so I always try to like listen to people. Like, why do you feel that way? Oh, you hate black people? Why? And I'd be like, that's really shitty. You should not hate black people.
Let's get away from this now.
Black people are cool.
Yes, they are. Let's get away from this now.
I'm just joking.
No,
but you get what my point is like,
no, there
are shitty people out there, and they might have a reason for everything they do, and your goal in life is to try to educate and maybe sympathize.
Yeah.
You know, or not sympathize, empathize.
No, I got you.
And that's what this society needs. All right, wrestling.
Wrestling.
So,
I don't know. They definitely put themselves in a corner, and they've announced like they can't back out of it. Shawn Michaels is coming out of retirement. It's DX versus Brothers of Destruction. Like, to cancel it now, they would look stupid. I'm sure. I would hope after all the Lex Lugers and the Sid Viciouses and the Bret Harts and the Kevin Nashes that Vince McMahon would be smart enough to have an out plan in his contracts.
Yeah, I would think so.
Like, I would hope that after all of the years of people like screwing him over contract wise, he's finally learned how to like be devious in his contract. So maybe he'd be like, well, I mean, you didn't read the fine print where if you murder a journalist and stuff his body in separate luggages.
Is this just like, nobody ever thought of this idea? Did WWE get scammed? I'm a Saudi prince. They just got an email from like someone. They're like, hey, I'm a Saudi prince. I want to put on a show.
I want a WWE.
I want to put a show in my country.
I want a WWE The Office style sitcom now where Vince McMahon's Michael Scott.
Like, Vince McMahon is the only one who believes that everybody else is just going on.
I would love to have a Triple H Jim moment where it's like, I just find it funny. He just clicks on whatever and
he just gives people money.
Like, he woke up one day and was like, I want to start a football promotion, and we were like, you already did that, Dad. And he was like, what was it called? You called it XFL. That's a great name for it. I'm going to do it.
Right. Anyway.
If anything, this will be great because maybe Vince McMahon won't have money to do XFL now.
I kind of want him to do XFL just so he can leave wrestling alone.
I don't want him to do XFL because I don't want to. I mean, I get that.
Just don't watch it. Do you watch football?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you do it on purpose?
Yes, I like football.
Now, if you didn't do it on purpose, would you watch it?
No. Unless I was invited to a
Holy shit, we just worked it out.
But what if XFL has like a Super Bowl party and I'm invited to the Super Bowl party?
Nobody's going to invite you to their XFL Super Bowl party. What is it going to be, the Mega Bowl?
Are you telling me I'm not good enough to go to somebody's Super Bowl party at the XFL party?
First of all, anybody who gives a shit about XFL, probably not your friend.
You're not going to invite me to your Super Bowl, your XFL party?
Dude, I don't even like real football, let alone XFL.
Josh will invite me to his XFL Super Bowl party. What?
No, he won't, because he's not going to watch XFL, because I don't think he even watches football.
I don't even. Does he have a TV? He lives in Seattle.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so.
I don't know what they do from here, but Evolution hopefully is going to be good.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
The most.
It sucks. It's like, it's too, like, Survivor Series is like the next pay-per-view, right?
After that?
Yeah. We have to, like, not to say, I don't want to use the word.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't want to use I don't want to use the word suffer, but like, I don't consider Evolution a pay-per-view.
Oh, that's rough.
And I don't consider, I mean, Crown Jewel's not a pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
So like the next pay-per-view would be Survivor Series. And they're going to focus all of their time on fucking Shawn Michaels and Undertaker bullshit.
I don't think that's what they're doing.
That is what they're doing.
I'll believe it when I see it, but I don't think they're going to have Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker one more time.
Who does Shawn Michaels face, though?
I think
Shane McMahon.
He won't wrestle at Survivor Series or Royal Rumble. He'll wrestle at WrestleMania.
Against Undertaker.
Maybe.
And I don't want to see The Undertaker come back.
It'll be a retirements match.
He's never.
He's like, if you lose, you retire. If I lose, then I retire from retiring.
You have to take your hat off for real this time.
Right.
And never come back. Hi there, Gonzalo Lorca. He's from Chile.
Oh.
Wow. Well, you commented in pretty late because we're probably wrapping it up.
Yep.
All righty,
Anyway,
guys.
So, hey, Connor, I have a cool idea.
I'm listening.
New segment we should maybe try to implement that maybe we'll forget about next week.
Well, we've been doing pretty good on what did you watch this weekend.
Yeah.
So your segments are working.
Damn right they are. 'Cause I got synergy.
I'm listening.
Hey, Connor.
Yes, Connor.
Who is your new favorite wrestler?
God.
And if you don't know, your new favorite wrestler is going to be our new thing where we just talk about who we like that week.
Okay.
Who are you kicking on? Who are you gravitating towards?
Pete Dunne.
True. Let me finish.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be someone currently.
Yeah.
It could be any time. It could be like, I'll be like, Luthez. He's my new favorite wrestler.
Mm-hmm. No, I got
Pete Dunne is your guy?
I don't know. Like, I've always liked Pete Dunne, but I feel I've been so transfixed on wanting to see more from Trent Seven. Not like from Trent Seven, but I'm just like WWE, like do something with Trent Seven. He's amazing. That I've been kind of ignoring how fucking good Pete Dunne is. And I don't know what happened, but I think it was just during the Ricochet. No, it was Mark Andrews versus Pete Dunne where I really started to take appreciation for what Pete Dunne was doing. But then when he had his match against Ricochet, it was like a whole other level of just goddamn. Pete Dunne should be on the main fucking roster in heavyweight title scene kind of shit. He's so good.
Brock Lesnar. I don't care.
But they'll probably go 205 Live.
Yeah. No, I forgot to mention when I was talking about Progress, the big match, the match I was most stoked for, and a pretty damn good match, was Pete Dunne versus Ilya Dragunov.
Oh man,
it was so good, dude.
But
so it was just Pete Dunne's the best.
I want to know how he does the
maybe instead of our favorite, who is our new favorite? Who's the best?
Pete Dunne right now.
Say that.
I would argue. I would argue best? Like Kenny Omega. Yeah, like 1A, 1B, or AJ Styles, Kenny Omega. I'm almost like 1C. Pete Dunne.
Yeah, Pete Dunne's really like. He blew up around the same time as Kenny Omega did too. Mm-hmm. That's the funny thing. So he was kind of overshadowed because I remember that they blew up at the same time because they billed at like what is it, Fight Club?
Right.
Fight Club. They had the trio match where it was the Elite versus British Strong Style, and everybody was hyped as fuck for that.
Like, I honestly, Pete Dunne in a way kind of reminds me of Bret Hart. Hold on, because he's such a good babyface champion. Because he's just presented as legit. That's Pete Dunne. There's no character. There's no like, oh, you know, I've got this super charismatic aspect about me. It's I am the motherfucking bruiserweight. I am going to hurt you, and I'm going to be walking out of here with my title because this is a sport.
Yeah, for me, he always carries himself like a star.
Yeah.
Like, he could be in the first match, the last match, the middle match. He comes out, he carries himself like a star, and people tend to relate to that and can grab onto that.
I want to see Pete Dunne versus AJ Styles.
Oh, yeah. I want Pete Dunne versus Daniel Bryan.
I want Pete Dunne versus fucking everybody.
Yeah.
Like, imagine, like, Pete Dunne taking on a Keith Lee.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Pete Dunne versus, like, Daniel Bryan would be sweet, but Andrade Cien Almas.
That'd be sweet.
Ooh, that match would be great.
Andrade.
Oh, that match would be fucking amazing. Or Pete, or yeah, like I'm trying to think more main roster types who maybe wouldn't have gotten the chance to wrestle Pete Dunne, like Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Or fuck, Dean Ambrose would put on a pretty good match with Pete Dunne. You know, I just think he's such a versatile wrestler. He's like if Sheamus was like an actual tough guy.
Yeah. He reminds me of a British Naito.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Like he's a dick, but everybody loves him for it.
Yeah, and he's. I mean, I don't think there was ever a real babyface turn. Just
no, people just like him.
He was a bad guy for a long time, and then everyone's like, "I fucking love this dude."
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Okay, I guess Pete Dunne's a good guy now." All right, that was easy.
He's all about competition.
He's just about being the best.
I'm the best.
I know.
Triple H said I'm the best, so I'm the best.
I wish Trent Seven got the same treatment because I fucking love Trent Seven.
Oh, and Trent Seven faced Douglas Williams at the Progress.
Yeah, was that like Douglas Williams' last match or something?
If he lost, he retired.
Damn, Trent Seven retired Douglas Williams?
Yep.
Holy fucking shit, that's
I forgot about
Douglas Williams was like one of the first TNA guys I liked.
Yeah.
It was like Samoa Joe, Douglas Williams.
I always thought he had like one of the best finishers of all time.
Chaos Theory? Hell yeah. No, I was all about the Chaos Theory. That's good for Trent Seven. What a rub.
Yeah. Very true.
Because Trent Seven, I think underrated. He's like he's like a Scott Hall type of wrestler, where it's just like God, he deserved so much more than.
Yeah, I love Trent Seven. He's great.
British wrestling scene is so good right now. It's crazy. I'm excited for the Australian. What about you?
Hey, Connor.
Yes.
My favorite wrestler. So, who's the best this week? It's probably going to be L.A. Park.
Yeah. L.A. Park's been wrestling for decades.
I've been fascinated by L.A. Park in the last couple weeks because I haven't seen L.A. Park since WCW days. So I have no clue what happened to him. A little bit I hear is like, oh, that's La Parka is he looked the same last time I saw him a couple years ago at AAA. I saw him. Turned out not the same La Parka. The new La Parka, LA Park picked up that name because AAA owned La Parka. So apparently he's still been wrestling. He got really, really big.
Yeah.
He's a big old boy now.
He's always been pretty tall.
Yeah. Big old boy, but then now he's like a bruiser instead of a high flyer. He's like he beats the shit out of people. He does nothing but hardcore matches, and he just beats the hell out of people. He just had a match with Pentagon Jr. at an MLW, and it was fantastic.
Damn, dude.
His match at Triple Mania with the let's just be frank, it was a singles match with him and Hijo del Fantasma. That cage match didn't happen. It was just there. But he was fantastic there. I also saw him at the Anniversary at CMLL show, and he wrestled. It was him and his son
of L.A. Park.
Hijo del L.A. Park. Yeah. He also wrestled at MLW this week. But he's a badass dude. He's someone if they threw him in the WWE right now would fit in.
Yeah.
Even though his gimmick his look is very weird. He looks bad.
Spooky skeleton.
But now he's just a chubby guy. He beats the shit out of people.
Spooky
talking
skeleton.
So much shit to Dr. Wagner Jr. at Triple Mania.
Yeah, I need
to. Oh, blah, blah,
I hear
blah.
so much about Dr. Wagner Jr. I need to check him out.
He's all right, but he looks cool.
Well, that's why. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
That's who the best is this week for me.
All right. Pete Dunne versus.
I'm officially changing it to who's our best.
Pete Dunne versus L.A. Park. Who wins?
Fucking L.A. Park, dude.
Pete Dunne,
L.A. Park has 30 years on Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne,
and he fucking murdered him.
The bruiserweight. He's the bruiserweight. He's going to snap L.A. Park's old man fingers.
Pete Dunne won't even be able to lift L.A. Park, let alone do anything to him. L.A. Park,
Wolfgang's huge.
L.A. Park will literally take a chair and smash his
No,
fucking face.
LA Park, all he can do is hit a diamond cutter and then actually end up being DDP.
You're so full of shit, man. Fuck you.
That was
You
funny.
weren't even there.
You enjoyed that. You
Yeah, I
enjoyed
did.
that. That was good.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
But yeah, LA Park's the best.
All right, no, it's definitely Pete time. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to Sit Down and Pile Drive. Hopefully we only offended 6 of you.
Yeah.
Keeping it low this time.
Yeah, we're setting the bar low.
For the plugs, let's get to it. Color Circuit has a lot of shows, and I'm going to tell you all about them once I stop effing with this mic. I said effing this time. I swear so often.
Yeah.
Make sure you follow us on the Facebook. We have a Twitter. We have an Instagram. We have a Discord, whatever that is. We also have a Patreon, which has a collection. I'm using the word collection this time of reward tiers for your financial input. If you want to support us financially, there's a lot of things you can get for certain dollar amounts. That's how a Patreon works. We have a sister show on YouTube, Screen Source, that I'm usually on, saying pretty outlandish things. I give hot takes on movies.
Hot takes.
I saw Aquaman trailer. I went, no.
You're like, Casablanca? Terrible movie.
Casablanca, more like Cacablanca.
Blanca? Like from Street Fighter?
Chinatown, more like China Frown. No. Screen Source. We do it live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, where we talk about the latest news. We react to trailers. We reacted to Aladdin last week. We also reacted to the Aquaman trailer, as I just said. London Fields, which looks so bad. It looks so bad. Make sure you check that stuff out. We have a bunch of shows on another streaming site. I don't know if we can say the word. El Twitch. They won't pick that up.
Yeah.
It's Spanish for Twitch.
It's just
where
like,
we have a lot of
it's like
different other shows. Ludum Tempest on Fridays. We have Improv Bagel and Improv Donut on Wednesdays. I will be debuting a new show this Sunday with my cruelty-free podcast partner, Charles Sanzone. We don't have a name for it yet. I'm thinking Party Circuit. Where will we be playing party games, party video games with guests and talking and generally shooting the shit. I'm pretty excited for that. It's been in the works for a while. We're going to have this guy on the show. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Follow me on Instagram at Connor's a Jerk. Follow me on Twitter at Connor's a Jerk 1 because I didn't get to it before someone else could.
That guy's a jerk.
That guy is a real jerk. He's the real jerk.
Yeah. You can follow me on Twitter at Griff Grizzly. Our Instagram at Grizzly Griff.
Mm-hmm. Make sure you leave your thoughts about the Crown Jewel and other stuff in the comments
Yeah, I'm
below.
really interested.
We'll be here next week talking about professional wrestling as always.
Yes,
all
sir.
right? So thanks for tuning in, guys. For Sit Down Pile Drive, I'm Connor.
I'm Connor.
Get out of here.
Take care.
Cool.
God, just under the bell.
Yeah, nice job.